Welcome back to the preview show. We are back for 2022, and I cannot wait. I think it's got something on my face there. But I am excited for this. This is going to be fun. I am Casey Campbell. That is Jonathan Fiel from the Racing Experts. Yes, more people will be joining us throughout the season. Of course, Mitchell Brewer, RJ Starsvik, Nathan Solomon, Marty Zakala, Taylor Kitchen, Harry Loomis. You might see Michael Carey as well. You might see some other people throughout the year. You could see also some drivers come on this show. But this, we figured this is how it began. Just you and me. We added some people last year, and boy, welcome to 2022, buddy.
It's a good thing you didn't say 2021 like I did when I jumped in here and we were talking about it. It takes a little getting used to. So we're headed to the Clash, LA Coliseum. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, the LA Clash is finally here. Yeah. Lots of interesting commodities. This has been talked about and talked about and talked about and talked about for months. And now this weekend, it's actually happening. I don't think that NASCAR would race in a stadium.
Well, they did. Bowman Gray Stadium, Soldier Field. They've done it before, but not in modern NASCAR. And I think that's the biggest surprise. And, the announcement came very late, too. It was the second half of the season. I had already moved to New Mexico by this point, and they made the announcement. And big surprise, but it's a good initiative for NASCAR to be in these big areas, directly in these big areas. Because we've been to Chicago, we've been to nearby Cincinnati, but we haven't directly been in these places. But we're literally going to be racing downtown LA, near downtown LA. This is going to be a great thing for NASCAR and short track racing too.
Yeah. And I mean, if this works, you could see it at like AT&T Stadium in Jerry World. You could basically, it's like the big city tour or something like that. But we got to get through this and see how it works. But a lot of people are thinking this is already going to be an instant success as it comes on. But there's going to be, it's definitely something, but there's going to be a lot of entertainment. They just announced all the grand marshals that are going to be there. It looks like, from Eric Dickerson, former MLB Jim Abbott. You got
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Gordon's going to be there. Misty May Trainer from the U.S. Beach Volleyball team. You got Pitbull, Ice Cube, DJ Ski going to be performing, and then you
during
got
the cautions.
DJ Ski during the cautions, Ice Cube at the halftime break, and Pitbull as the pre-race concert. I think I got it all right.
For the most part, yes.
It's going to be an entertainment, but the biggest thing is, and I was watching a couple. I was watching, listen to all the shows that our colleagues are a part of, like the Podium Finish Live, Arson Trackside. I also watched the NASCAR Weekly podcast. So talking about that. What's that all good? The entertainment aspect. And also 70% of the fans are basically new fans to NASCAR in that area. So, obviously, as you know, Los Angeles has a lot of people. And so
yeah.
Where are we at? What do you think about that?
Yeah. I think it's a great thing for NASCAR. Like I said before, bringing in the casual fan, there's been many different ways to approach this. And I think this is probably the most calculated and measured approach to this. You're talking about bringing in all this different fun entertainment. One thing I was thinking of is when they announced DJ Ski was going to be performing during the caution periods. I almost think of it as like a hockey game or a football game or, baseball where you have music playing in between the plays, and you have somebody DJing and kind of keeping the excitement up because, caution periods, of course, is great bathroom break period and great time to go get something to drink, if you rush quickly. But, there's not much else really happening. Of course, besides pit stops, but obviously there won't be, that same feeling with this race. So I think it's something interesting to add to the races. Also, too, there's a prospect of, now I'm going to go a little bit on thinking into the future of what this could mean. We have an electric powertrain coming up in the future. If NASCAR decides maybe we want to run the electric engines under caution or something, it's a very quiet atmosphere. You have that DJ there to fill in the space, enhance the at-track experience. This could be something for the future. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I think we're
It's a
still
long ways off.
We're still a long ways off from that.
For sure.
Yeah, well, definitely something to keep in mind. But
Definitely.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting out there. They just released all the groups that are going to be out there that they're in, and then go through that. So there's going to be 3 practice groups. There's going to be qualifying on Saturday. Then there's going to be the heat races, and then 23 drivers are going to be competing in the race. Really, no one's guaranteed except for Kyle Larson because he won the championship. That's going to be another interesting element again.
Yeah, and it's different from the way the Clash has been before. We've had different formats. Of course, the historic format of the Clash is all pole winners and all Clash winners get in. We've had playoff drivers get allowed in, Daytona 500 winners. We even had a year where there were the top 5 of each manufacturer and different manufacturer wildcards back in 2009. Bunch of different formats for this race. And I think the way that they're doing this is going to really reinvigorate the race, because we've seen it last year where the road course race was a lot of fun. It was great to watch, but just having a limited field on a road course, it didn't carry the same excitement. Years before, it was kind of a wreck fest, not much really happening. A lot of questions about what is this race for? What is this race about? I think this really brings a purpose back to the race. Do something fun. Take NASCAR to LA. Take NASCAR to a stadium. Do something that never done before, and throw everything out the window. Nobody is safe from being eliminated here, and that's really fun.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Kyle Larson is guaranteed to the main show because he won the championship.
Of course.
That's the only driver that has a for sure chance of getting in. But everybody else is
free for all.
Free for all. Betcha. And it's gonna be definitely an entertaining show. But yeah, then there's this, but you gotta wait and then 2 more weeks. But for the big Daytona 500, I want to touch on this. Then we're gonna make some picks. How about that?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. The money team. They're back.
They are.
They're for real, I should say. It was reported a few weeks ago by Adam Stern that Kaz Grala would be driving the money team Chevrolet, of course, in conjunction with Starcom Racing. Some people from that team are heavily involved in the team. This is, Floyd Mayweather's car, but they're going to be in Mayweather's team, but they're going to be involved in this. And this is going to be exciting. I don't know if you saw the interview I did with Kaz Grala this week. The famous one, where he put on the Pit Viper shades. That was entertaining. It's always good to talk to Kaz. The money team is finally here.
Yeah, it's exciting. We heard about the money team back in 2019. Floyd Mayweather possibly getting into the sport, fielding a car, and now we've seen it finally come to life. And what a big week for for Kaz Grala. Last week, Alpha Prime, who's going to be fielding a car for Rajah Caruth, they had their announcement week. This week has been Kaz Grala's announcement week, where we've seen him announce that he's going to Young's Motorsports. He's going to run some races for them in the Truck Series, and he's going to be running Cup races. Notice, too, that they're going to be focusing on a road course program for Kaz. I think that's really a good approach, because Kaz, if you remember his Cup Series debut filling in for Austin Dillon, who, by the way, called Kaz Grala a businessman's racer, very smart and business savvy and apt, which is why he got these rides. He did a great job in that car, and I think it really warranted this deal that he got. Obviously we in the media are very happy when drivers who have worked hard land good deals, but you got to feel especially happy for Kaz, seeing him land this deal after, maybe he was caught out on some of the stuff that Colleague has done for this year. He wasn't included in their plans. So it's good to see him in on this deal. Floyd Mayweather being in on this deal, another celebrity investing in NASCAR. We've had Pitbull, Michael Jordan, and others who have invested in NASCAR. Really shows that the sport is thriving and that there is a place for, growth, and there is a place for this talent to, to come in and get an opportunity.
Kaz Grala, of course, was actually just announced a few hours ago that he'll be running for Young's Motorsports in the truck
announcement week.
In the 02 truck for Young's Motorsports. He'll be sharing the truck with Jesse Little. His first race will be Las Vegas. More details to come on that when I get to read the release and put it on my Twitter page. All right, time to make some picks. Kind of already did. Well, we did the LA Clash draft. Well, we did the LA Clash random draft, I should say, where a lot of us, where all 9 of us, Cole Cusimano is joining us as well from News from the Pits as well, joining the 8 of us that I mentioned. We all have 4 drivers that we're rooting for. Whoever wins gets a little something from me. Yeah, not sure what would happen if I won, but we'll figure that out later. So definitely interesting. By the way, good luck, man. I'm just going to say that right now.
It'll be fun.
Yes, it will be. Because the thing is, you never know what's going to happen. You can have the best roster, or you can have drivers that may have not proven themselves, and you can still do well in this. But as we always do for fun this week, we'll get to the real action next week with the picks, because throughout the season, we're going to be picking for the preview show championship, and the winner gets something from me.
A little prize.
Yes, of course. We're still trying to figure out how I want to score points and stuff. So we'll get to that later. Who are you going to take for this LA Clash, Jonathan?
When it comes to races like these, the cream always rises to the top. And I think that the same is gonna happen with this race here. We've talked about him before, and he's locked in. He's gonna have to get a little aggressive though, because you don't want to be leading going into turn number 3 on the final lap of the race. They've said that before already. I think we might see a scenario. I'm going to throw out a hypothetical here. This is all fun for the Clash. I think Denny Hamlin's going to get his revenge on Alex Bowman from what happened at Martinsville. Whoa. Denny Hamlin's going to get a bump and run win on Alex Bowman in the Clash. And I think Kyle Larson will also be in contention. But I want to see that play out with Denny Hamlin. I think Denny Hamlin will get the win.
Okay. Okay. So I've been thinking about this, and the unpredictable of unpredictable, you know me. Trying to figure out who's going to win this race. Trying to figure out, going through the field, looking through all the drivers, looking through all 36 guys. I really don't know, but I think I've come up to a driver that I think needs to prove himself this year. Someone that I've had on the show this year, and that could limit to a lot of possibilities. But I'm going to take Tyler Reddick. He's going to get it done at the LA Clash. So this is a big year for driver 8, and I think he's going to kick it off right and win the LA Clash. He's got to get there first. But
driver 8. That's a very good REM song, and that's a very good pick for the Clash.
Yeah. No, we're not singing. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this preview show. We'll definitely be back next week. We're going to do our Cup preview, our Xfinity preview, our truck preview. The ARCA preview show is back as well. Charlie Crawl will be joining me next week. We got some interviews this week. We talked to a lot of cool people this week. We talked to William Byron this week. That was pretty cool. Got a chance to talk to him. Matt Jaskell was on today. Talk about his new GTG team for the trucks. We also got a chance to talk to Chris Wright. We also got a chance to talk to Derek Griffith this week too. So of course, a lot of cool stuff. We talked to a lot of drivers. I'll be posting all those before the Daytona 500 and before the race weekend. A lot more to come on that. So plenty of stuff with this guy. He'll be on the preview show all year long. We'll be joined, of course, by all the people that I mentioned throughout our group chat, and maybe some more. You never know. Drivers might join us. Who knows? really unpredictable. Thanks for all the support throughout the entire year. I'm entering my 6th season covering NASCAR, so that's definitely impressive. I know you got a few more years on me, bud, but
Mm.
definitely
Since
definitely,
2010 with the racing experts,
yeah, this will be year 12 for you. So,
something like that. Yes.
yes, sir. Yeah, definitely gonna be something for sure this season. And don't forget, if you like what you see, don't go ahead, like and subscribe. We are pretty close. We hit 300 earlier this month. Big goal. We're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. It's a tough task, but I think we can do it. So
We can do it.
Jonathan Fiel, I'm Casey Campbell. We'll see you this weekend. We might do a post-race show. I don't know, for the LA Clash, and maybe some more stuff coming your way. Stay tuned.